Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? So unfortunately, as you can tell by my voice, I'm not feeling very well tonight. So I'm in the school. You can see I got you know, my stuff behind me. I'm in my room right now. Got my hat on because every time I'm not in school, I'm in my hat. Um, uh, I was just I was going through tonight, and I was like, man, I feel like poop. So I decided to come in, make a video. Obviously I'm not there today, but hopefully I don't cough that much. I got my halls ready. Um, so obviously I'm not there today. I'm just going to do a quick review going over law of sines, do a couple extra problems. So you might want to get out a scrap sheet of paper or two. Let me get out that worksheet too, and we're going to go through the answers there. Hopefully, and I'm so sorry, I forgot to write evens on the board. Hopefully, you got my remind. Kudos to those of you who still get my reminds. That I did say to do evens. I changed it on Canvas right away as soon as I realized it. So hopefully you caught the fact that there was only supposed to be the evens. If you did all of them like Anna Grace, I'm so sorry. You were the first one to turn it in, and I saw all of them done. I'm so sorry about that. But hey, extra practice. I saw this online. Okay, you should try this on your own. Um, you do this, so thumbs up and point, and then you switch it, and then you switch it, and then you switch it, and switch it. You should all try that. See if you can do it. I'm like watching the video. It doesn't look that hard, but like I really have to concentrate on that. Yeah, I got this. Anyway, let's get to the math. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take away my video. So sorry if you like to see. Sorry for the sniffling and everything. Yeah, did you guys see this? Say hi, Mr. Spottelson in the mask. Shout out, Mr. Spottelson. He's actually downstairs right now. It's 9:30 at night. I walked in, I saw his truck here, and I was like, oh, I gotta go say hi to him. Grinding. That's what we do here. That's what we do here, like high school. Grinding. All right. Let's take a look here. So I would like you guys to do this. Now I know a lot of you are not going to do this, but I would like you guys to pause the video right now, do this problem, and then play whenever you're ready. Whenever you have solved the problem, or if you get stuck and you need a little like push in the right direction, maybe watch a little bit, pause it, try to go a little bit more, and see what happens. All right. So now the first thing that I'm going to check is like, is this an ambiguous case problem? Do I have the possibility of having two cases? Now remember, for the ambiguous case, that is only when we have angle, I'm not going to write it, angle side side, or side, I'll write it like this, side side angle, right? That's only when we have side side angle. Do I have this? I've got angle, angle, side. Okay, no, I don't have the ambiguous case in this problem. So now what we need to do is just solve the triangle. I know that this is an ambiguous case. It's going to be it's pretty straightforward here. I'm going to find angle L. I'm going to do side L and then side K, it looks like. Okay, those are my three missing parts. So the first thing I want to do is find side. Let's find angle L. That's the easiest one to take. So I'm just going to take 180 minus 85 minus 40. So that's going to get me 55 degrees. Okay, now at this point, since I know that that's 55 degrees, I can use the law of sines to find each of the other two angles. Now the angle pair that I'm given here, this 40 and the 8, is the ratio that I'm going to use to find the other two. So I'm going to say sine 40 over 8 is equal to sine, now let's do L first because I have it written that way, sine of 55 over, I'll write a cursive L. All right, so it doesn't look too much like a 1. So that means I cross multiply. L sine 40 is equal to 8 sine 55. And then I divide by sine 40. So L is equal to 8 sine 55 over sine 40. Okay, let's go to our calculator and do that. I want 8 sine 55 divided by sine 40. Let's see what we get. 10.19. 10.19. So that's my side L. Let's find side K. Now, thinking about this logically, should K be bigger or smaller than L? Well, since it's across from the biggest angles are across from biggest sides, K should be the biggest side. So let's check and make sure. We want to use, again, that same sine 40 over 8, our ratio that was given to us, is equal to sine 85 over K. So that gives me K sine 40 is equal to 8 sine 85. I divide by sine 40, 8 sine 85 all over sine 40. So that gives me 8 sine 85 divided by sine 40. Gives me 12.39 to the nearest tenth, 12.4. K is 12.4. And there's my answers. Hey, side across from K, the biggest one? Yep, it is. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to go to the homework. So if you don't have that out already, go ahead and get that done or get that out. Okay, we're going to go through each question here. Again, I'm going to go through the even ones. So if you did the odd ones, I'm going to show the key in a second. But I do want to you can kind of skip ahead and see what the answer is. And then if you need to watch the problem, go ahead and do that. All right, so number 2 here, side angle side relationship here. I'm going to find the area. Now, remember the area is 1/2 AB sine C. So 1/2 side sine 30. Okay, and that's all I need to do here. 0.5 times 21 times 16 times sine of 30. And that gives me 84. Area is equal to 84 feet squared. Okay. There's 2. Let's take a look at 4. Solve the triangle. So the missing parts that I need to find are M, N, whoa, don't do that, N, and angle N. Okay, easiest one to find is angle N. So I take 180 minus 36 minus 83. 61 degrees. So angle N is 61 degrees. Okay, I'm going to use this angle side pair right here. I'm going to say sine 29 over, sine 83, sine of the angle, Sine 83 over 29 is equal to sine, let's find angle N first, or sorry, side N first, sine 61 over N. So that gives me N sine 83 is equal to 29 sine 61. So N is equal to 29 sine 61 all over sine 83, which is going to get me, bring my calculator up, 29 sine 61 divided by sine 83. And that gets me 25.6. Again, I can't use Pythagorean here yet. Not yet, not at all, because this is not a right triangle. So don't try to use Pythagorean. All right, let's find M. So we got sine 36 over M is equal to sine 83 over 29. Now, forgive me, I'm just going to go ahead and cross multiply. 29 sine 36, divide that by sine 83. So 17.2. 17.2. All right. How did I know I wasn't going to have an ambiguous case? How did I not even bother with that? Angle, angle, side. Same thing here. Angle, angle, side. Two-sided an angle, don't have to worry about it. Okay, what are we missing here? What are we missing? We're missing side E, we're missing side C, we're missing angle D. Okay, first thing to find is angle D. Oops, hit the wrong button. 180 minus, what's that, 65 minus 82. That gets me 33 degrees. Right. Okay, so now we take sine 33 over 22 is equal to, let's find E first. Sine 65 over E. So watching my calculator here, I'm going to do 22 sine 65. 22 sine 65. I'm going to divide that by sine 33. Cross multiply, then divide. And that gives me 36.6. And then C, sine 33 over 22 is equal to sine 82 over C. Let's run those numbers. 22 sine 82 divided by sine 33. And that gives me 40. That's my answers there. Okay, a couple more to go. Excuse me. Again, is this an ambiguous case? Nope. Angle, angle, side. So the three pieces I'm missing, we're missing angle C, side A, side B. All right, let's find angle C first. So go to my calculator here. I do 180 minus 56 minus 80. That's going to give me for my third angle 44 degrees. Now that means I take sine 44 over the side 41 is equal to sine, let's do A first, 56 over A. Okay, that means I take 41 sine 56, divide that by sine 44. Sorry for the coughing. 48.9. A is 48.9? Yeah, 48.9. Okay, then we do sine 44 over 41 that's a 44 is equal to sine 80. Now for side B over B. Okay, so we take 41 sine 80 and divide that by sine 44. Gives me 58.1. Okay, there's my side length. Okay, now you notice the ones without the diagrams. That's the ambiguous case. Okay, so I'm going to do number 10, erase it, then do number 12 in the same spot. All right, let's take a look here. do number 10 first. I'll do it in red, and then I'll do the other one in blue. You know how I draw these things out. I like to put the dotted line, and then my angle measure. Here's 60. And that's angle A, so side A goes over here. This is 8, this is 10. That means this is angle B, the possibility of being angle B. And this is angle C and side C. All right, so that means I need to take sine 60 over 8 is equal to, now again, the only thing I could possibly find is angle B. Sine B over 10. So I cross multiply and divide. I would end up getting sine B is equal to 10 sine 60, and then I would have had to divide over the 8. So I take inverse sine of all of that. So we take 10 sine 60, 10 sine 60 divided by 8. Oops, no, 8. Now, take a look here. I'm going to have to run the inverse sine of 1.08. What's the inverse sine of something bigger than 1? It doesn't exist. So therefore, there are no triangles. This is the one where it's never going to swing low enough to actually hit that baseline down there. Okay. So there's the answer for number 10. Pause it there if you need to. I'm going to erase it now. Okay, let's use blue now. All right, so I got 120 degrees. 120 degrees. Okay, so an obtuse angle. 120. And then my long side, my A is 22. My B is 15. This is angle B. This is angle C. This is side C. All right, so that means I've got sine 120 over 22 is equal to sine B over 15. Okay, cross multiply and divide. I'm going to end up getting sine B is equal to 15 sine 120 over 22. So B is going to be equal to the inverse sine of all of this junk. 15 sine 120 divided by 22. I'm going to take inverse sine of that. See, I see it the number less than 1. That means I'm going to get a valid answer. Case 1 exists, and it's at 36 degrees. Round to the nearest 10th, 36.2 degrees. Okay, so we come down here, and we say, okay, that means case 1 exists with an angle B of 36.2 degrees. So in a minute, I'm going to have to finish this off with angle C and side C. Let's check for the existence of a second case. The fact that this is obtuse, it's very unlikely that there will be a second case, but we got to check it. So we have angle B, the supplement of that angle, 180 minus theta here. 180 minus 36.2 degrees. The other angle B could have possibly been 143.8. However, would an angle C exist with that angle A and that angle B? Ain't no way. That does not exist. Case 2 does not exist. So let's finish off case 1. I'll put the work up here. We would have had sine 36.2, that's angle B, over, oh no, I don't want to use that. Excuse me. Sorry, I jumped the gun here. Got to find angle C. 180 minus 36 divided. 180 minus 36.2 minus 120. 23.8 degrees. That's an eraser. 23.8 degrees. And then I take, now I do law of sines for find angles, or find side C. Sine 23.8 over C is equal to sine 120. I kind of ran into my 15 there, over 22. Right, so that's going to get me 22 sine 23.8. And then I'm going to divide that by sine 120. And that's going to get me 10.3. Round it to the nearest 10. 10.3. All right. So case 2 did not exist on that number 12. Just a case 1. All right. Last thing that I want to do here. Oh, I said I was going to show the key here. If you did any of the odds, pause it where you need to, and then go back and take a look. Sorry again if that's you. Anna Grace. All right. Find out how many triangles are possible and then solve to the nearest 10. I would like everybody to do this. Please go ahead and pause and then play when ready. I want everybody to solve this problem. So go ahead and pause. Solve the problem. I'm going to take a little cough drop here. Get ready to do this last law of sines problem and play when ready. All right, here we go. Here we go. Notice, what do I have the possibility of having an ambiguous case? Two sides and an angle. Yeah, that's an ambiguous case. That's an angle side. That's a bad word. So here's angle A with a ray coming out of here and a side length here with this degree measure of 35 and the opposite side of 8. and this B is 9. That's a B, that's a C, that's a little c. All right, so we would say sine 35 over 8 is equal to sine B over 9. Let's cross multiply and divide. We would get sine B is equal to 9 times sine 35, 9 sine 35 over 8. So I want to take inverse sine of all of that junk. 9 sine 35 divided by 8. And I notice that I will get an answer here because this is 0.64, not bigger than 1. So I'm going to take inverse sine of my answer and get 40.2 degrees. Okay, that means case 1 exists. Here's case 1. Case 1 exists, and that means angle B is 40.2 degrees. So I'm going to need to find angle C and side C here in a second. But let's check for the existence of case 2. Okay, angle B, the supplement of 40.2 would be minus 40.2, 139.8. Now, let's see if angle C would exist. So given this angle A and this angle B, would there be a third angle? 180 minus 139.8 minus, which is that 40.2, 35 degrees. It would. It'd be very small, but it would exist. Yeah, 5.2 degrees. So let's finish this off and find side C. Sine 5.2 degrees over side C is equal to sine 35 over 8. And now I cross multiply and divide. So that would mean 8 sine 5.2 divided by sine 35 gets me 1.26. Small angle, small side. Let's do the same thing over here. So there's the finished case 2. Let's find case 1. We got to take 180 minus my 40.2 minus 35. 104.8. Sounds like a radio station. 104.8. Hey, I'm going to take a pause right here since I've said a joke. This is for any perks of anybody who's still watching this video. On your test, when you see your name blank right here, right? If at the end of your name blank, right next to your name, you draw a smiley face, I'll give you a bonus point. Just for those people that are watching this video right now. Love you guys. All right. And I love the law of signs. It's just a great time. It's just a great time had by all. All right, so let's finish off side C here. So sine 35 over 8. A little Easter egg there for you. Sine 35 over 8 is equal to sine, what are we looking for? Sine C, 104.8 over side C. So cross multiply and divide. 8 sine 104.8. And then we'll divide that by sine 35. 13.5. All right. So that would be my full set of answers. Now, when we get to this test, for this type of problem, I'm going to have, like, if this were the sheet of paper with this question on it, there's not going to be an answer blank down there. And the reason there's not going to be an answer blank is because if I put on an answer blank case 1, case 2, it's like implying that there's going to be 2 cases. So instead of implying that there's going to be 2 cases, I'm just going to leave it open-ended, and then you have to just box your final answer. There's not going to be any actual answer blanks on that. All right. So I hope we're all having a good day. Hope nobody catches this little cold that I got. Yikes. But yeah, hope we're all staying happy and healthy. See ya.